What's up, guys? KCS Games here. I just wanted to bust this out right now. As you can see, I have a mess on my floor. I was getting into learning a new deck, and I just thought to myself, not a whole lot of people cover this. So I wanted to explain the process behind it. And I'll eventually come up with a name for the series that I want to do, but it's going to be something like renovating. I don't know. I don't know how to put it. Like I said, I'm thinking of the name. It's gonna be renovating something, or renovating the meta or something like that. But Spriggans are far from meta at the moment. My main point of doing this video was some people just look at a deck that was printed and there's a bunch of commons, there's some supers, there's one ultra, toss it aside. It's not a good deck. This is how you lose money, okay? Do you realize how cheap this stuff is right now? This thing's like $2-3, maybe not even that anymore. And then the rest of the decks change. Why sell your cards for change when you can hold on to it and let them become a better strategy? Those cheaper decks, there's things that you can do to them. Now, what this specific person did, now this is the straight up net deck. This is how I learn. I would never directly try and play a net decked for the first time in a tournament. But so they added Dogmatica, which is a great complement to the deck. But what immediately comes to mind is that, what would deter a lot of people from doing this is the fact that Dogmatica is probably going to get reprinted in the 10s. And outside of that, it's very expensive. It's like a $350 to $400 core. So with that being said, I don't have the whole deck list in front of me. I didn't dig out the extra deck. But I was just doing some test hands and understanding what they do. So the first thing that I do is I go through and I read everything, even the bad cards. I just read and try and understand what the deck is supposed to do on its own. So for this example, Spriggans, their main thing is to make this guy and to get this card out as soon as possible. Okay, so the first thing I could take from this guy's deck list is the simple fact that he was on trade-in. Okay, which makes sense. You have the 2 Spriggans, which is great resourcing because they can come back from the graveyard. As Xyz material. And then you have not ones that I would pitch, but you do technically have 2 more targets. So what came to mind is maybe this guy didn't have Prosperity. That would also make sense for this card. So he's using this as my guess. I don't think he's using it for this card. I think it's mainly to dump this, the field spell, and then use Rocky to recur it, which that felt weird. So, and then he also didn't include the normal card that usually goes, at least for older builds, the Metavose Fusion. And all that does is put itself back into the deck and you shuffle and draw 1 from the graveyard. So it's interesting that he didn't include that at all. So there's these 2 questionable cards, right? The rest of the deck looks really solid. Maybe not Spriggan's Blast. I don't know. It's an okay card. I think Punishment does enough. What's really cool about the deck is you don't have to summon from your extra deck past your first turn. So Punishment is not really a downside. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just realized there's glare. Here, let me move this lighting. I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, anyway. So the first thing that came to mind when Dogmatica was in the profile is, oh gosh, this is going to turn people off from this deck because it's so expensive. So I don't have the cards yet, but I might do a profile if there's enough likes or curiosity about it down in the comments. But I actually think you can mix this deck with Machina's very, very well. Machina's just got a new card that makes gear frame really yeah, just pretty good. It makes a 1-card Gear X, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a rank 4 detached material. Search your deck for a. I don't know if it has to be an Earth. I don't think so, because I was pretty sure you could search Gold Gadget with it before, Gold and Silver Gadgets. But I know it has to be a Machine Monster and level 4 or lower. So yeah, don't quote me on all that, but my main thought is I can search Rocky or Fedor. And obviously these would trigger the big guy. I'm so sorry, I don't have the cards in front of me. Like I said, I'm gonna work out a deal and get them. If, like I said, if you guys care to see a budget version of this, without the Dogmatica stuff. But to kind of explain what the Dogmatica stuff does is, Nadir Servant makes your Titaniclad 2.0 actually work in the deck. And so this summons out your guys during the end phase. Actually, I just don't think Nadir is worth it in that sense. So that play isn't even like the best play you can do with Nadir. Nadir's best play is actually about Maximus, which is about Winda. So you actually don't, you're not doing anything Spriggans in that sense. So you can actually just still run Punishment. So the same sense about not having a care about summoning from the extra deck, that still applies. Spriggans only does it like once per turn, and like you don't have to do it after you establish this guy, because he'll go away at the end phase, and then he'll go away for their turn, and then come back during end phase. But like, he's huge disruption. This card's okay disruption. This card's fantastic in disruption, and so like you have your deck crazily, like, I don't know. It's just super good. But the idea behind Dogmatica, I actually think your money's well spent if you go for so all those extra slots that you're playing for the Shadal engine and stuff like that for Maximus, you can actually cut it all and play the Machinist stuff. And then in your extra deck, you can have like more utility cards. And what you can end up doing is, in certain matchups, once you know what you're playing against or have a general mindset of what to banish, you can play Pot of Prosperity. Now, I'm not telling you all to go buy a playset of a $80 to $90 card, but it is a lot cheaper if you think about it, and it's not going to be, it's not going to have a chance of being reprinted anytime soon. So, yeah, it's definitely better than getting your Dogmatica packages. So that's my little tidbit on that. But yeah, I just wanted to show the process. Like I said, I want to do a series. Again, I don't know what to call it, but basically people who have topped or have done something relevant in the game, when they post their deck lists, I'm going to go through, I'm going to pick a few of them and then kind of just like deck doctor them. Now, I don't want to use deck doctor as a way of putting it as, well, here's how I would fix their deck, because obviously they did well enough to get their deck profile on YouTube. They did well enough. The deck's not bad. It's not needing fixed per se. But I think it's more important for those who don't know how to build decks. See, I've been around for a very long time. I've played since the beginning of the game. I've taken my breaks from the game, so I don't know certain in-depth information about certain formats. But my point is, with the wonderful sources that we have Konami's Neuron site now, or the app, where we can just type in exactly what we need to find. So if I wanted to find a fire machine, these Spriggans would come up. And so you could be able to type those in. But what I like to do is research everything about the deck, see if there's anything that person missed that could inherently improve the deck. And if they didn't miss anything, I mean, obviously then, their deck was good. But you know, it's good for that event. You have to think of A, the future, and B, what's around you. So what tournaments are you going to personally play in? So if you like the idea, I just wanted to throw it out there and kind of explain. I know it was kind of like a hodgepodge of like 50 ideas going on. But like I said, I was just in the middle of understanding the deck, and I was just thinking to myself, there's so little YouTubers out there that actually go through and explain their process. But yeah, I could definitely go through and explain like how I choose what hand traps, how you can quickly identify the deck's weak points, choke points, and then on the flip side to see if there's any way to work around those choke points. And yeah, so if you like this kind of video and you like the series, please leave me a comment down below, letting me know. And then if you want to get me started, go ahead and post a link or name someone, something like that. Put down below, just say their, for example, mcole40. He posted this profile. So if you saw something on there that you liked, but you wanted either my take, a budget version, or an upgraded version, just put like mcole40, Spriggans, and then dash budget if you wanted to see that. Just put it down below. I'm going to go through the comments, and of course I have my own takes on what I want to build and stuff, so I'm going to try posting a lot more. I just wanted to work on a series to get me started, and I'll be sharing this in the groups that I'm currently in, but didn't want to take too long on this, so again, if you liked it, please like the video, subscribe, get the notification bell. I will be posting a lot more, and you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks.